Hey everyone, I'm going to wait a few seconds to a couple people get on here because we all know I do not go live that much. So I wanted to talk about a few things today. And what I'm actually talking about is something that's been popular on the internet for let me see, how long has this topic been popular? Is it like a year now, about 6 months? But the topic is saying that women should be happy that a man takes them out on a date to the Cheesecake Factory. And before we get into that, I'm going to first introduce myself. So I'm Kissy Denise, the masterpiece, the goddess of love and motivation. I help successful, brilliant women get the clarity, confidence, and new levels of consciousness to manifest the life of your dreams and embrace the goddess within you. And the life of your dreams also includes getting a high value man. So a lot of women, you want a high value man, and there's reasons why you don't have a high value man. So on this live, I'm going to give you 3 tips to actually manifest a high value man. Hi, Tanya. How are you, love? I appreciate you joining me. And just so y'all know, this is the new me. I'm actually going to be going live for 30 days in a row. So that's the plan, 30 days of live. And you all on this page, you're probably not that familiar with the enlightened version of me. So this will give you an opportunity to get to know me better. Okay, so back to this Cheesecake Factory thing. So the thing is, on the internet, when y'all see drop dead gorgeous women saying things like, you know what? A woman should be happy a man even takes her out on a date to the Cheesecake Factory. Thank you for the stars, John Paul. I appreciate you always. Love you. Mwah. The thing is, there's some women on the internet who came for transformation, and then there's women on the internet who came for popularity. Okay, and so the women who want popularity, saying something like women should be happy a man takes you out on a Cheesecake Factory date, what that woman is doing is catering to the male ego. Okay, hi Sydney. And me, I'm for transformation to actually help you manifest the life of your dreams. So what I'm going to tell you is about how to transform your life. I'm not going to say something that I don't agree with. I'm not going to say something that's truthful. Because here's the thing, beautiful women who are very classy and feminine. Thank you, Dr. Amy. I appreciate you. Hi, Sydney. Beautiful women don't have a hard time getting a man to take her on a nice 5-star date. Men take beautiful women on 5-star first dates like it's nothing, okay? And so when beautiful women say things that are like, yeah, a woman should be happy, don't pay her any attention. She just wants attention from men. She's doing something to be popular, right? Because a beautiful woman in her truth, no, she's not going to value a man that takes her out on a first date to a Cheesecake Factory. First of all, the Cheesecake Factory is too loud for a first date. If she's beautiful, and any woman, if you're with a man and he's already proven himself and he's already taking you nice places and everything else, that man can take you to the bar, he can take you to the Cheesecake Factory, he can take you to the drive-thru of McDonald's. Like, honey, he can pull up at Taco Bell, like, how many tacos you want? And I'm like, you know what, Supreme, because I'm gonna need some sour cream. We do not care about where the men take us once we're in a relationship with them, because that man has already proven himself. Like, the type of men that I get in a relationship with, if I want to go 5-star, they'll take me 5-star. So if they take me someplace that's not 5-star, I don't really care, because that man will give me what I want anyway. So it's not about, oh, I need to go to this fancy place. But first dates are about, oh my God, if a high value man sees a woman and you look like you could be the woman of his dreams, that man is going to do the work to impress you on the first date. So that is what this conversation is really about. It's not about the Cheesecake Factory, because most of us love Cheesecake Factory. I mean, they have a big menu. There's lots of things to eat. There's lots of things to drink. And don't forget the wheat bread with the butter, honey. Like, it's popping, right? We love it. So Cheesecake Factory is not the problem. The problem is on the internet too. A lot of women who are like the loudest on the internet, who are making the content saying, I can't believe this man took me out on this date. Those women are not the most attractive. So they're like upsetting the men. The beautiful women, they're not complaining about sucky first date places, right? Because men take them nice places. They might complain about a man's behavior on the first date. But lastly, what I want to say, women who cater to the male ego, you don't have to be a stereotypically gorgeous woman for a man to treat you well. If you take good care of yourself and you are a feminine woman and you dress well and you are a classy woman, you don't have to be beautiful, and a man is still going to try to impress you on the first date, because guess what? He is attracted to you. Not every man is attracted to drop dead gorgeous women. So the thing is, we want to move away from scarcity tactics. We want to move away from people who are creating content based on catering to the male ego. And I love men, but the problem with catering to the male ego is, even if a man makes 7 figures, multiple 6 figures, and he makes more money than a woman, 9.9 out of 10, he's not as spiritually advanced as a woman. So men are kind of spiritually beneath women. Men need empathy. They need to learn how to grow. They need to learn how to have compassion. And the only way they learn that most times is through a woman, right? And so when we cater to the male ego, men now, like a lot of men used to be high value, but then everybody started to get on Instagram talking about high value content, right? I mean, everybody and anybody, everybody and their mama, their daddy, your sister, everybody talking about it, right? So now what men do who make 6 and 7 figures is they go on the internet, they watch these videos, they focus in on everything they find wrong with a woman. They do not focus in on what's wrong with them. They do not focus in on how they don't show up well. They do not focus in on their narcissistic tendencies. A lot of men, they don't focus on their selfishness. And so when you tell men that they're right, the problem with that, like I said, is they become self-righteous and start looking down at women, which is why we have so many men now are just like, you know what? I'm single because I deserve the best. I'm waiting for a perfect woman. And men, if you have put the work in to be this dope guy, you're successful and you're kind-hearted, you're a man of God, good looking, you're smart, successful, you know how to treat a woman like a lady. Yes, you do deserve the best. But every man is not the best, which is the problem that Kevin Samuels created, because Kevin Samuels was talking about a specific type of man. Number one, he was talking about the man that provides. And what most men do watching Kevin Samuels content, they don't even have a desire to provide for a woman. They be too busy on the internet trying to roast the women who looking for a provider, right? So that right there tells you that man, he's just out of pocket. He's not the right person, right? And so we don't want to, you women, focusing on that group of men. We want you understanding that there are some really good men out here. There are some high value men in this world. So you don't want to be like, yeah, dating is trash, because a lot of men are not trash. A lot of men are serious. A lot of men are looking for their dream woman, and you want to concentrate your energy on that. So that's the first tip that I'm going to give you today in how to attract a high value man. And tip number 1, ladies, is to have a positive mindset. Oh my God, high value men hate negative women. They hate negative Nancy's, because when you have a negative mindset, you kind of cause negative things to happen and you kind of expect bad things to happen. And so tip number 2 is to be a feminine woman. And part of being a feminine woman is you have a positive mindset. You're open, you're free, you're able to receive, you're relaxed, you're not worried about anything. And that's the type of joy that men are looking to receive from a woman. And the third part tip of manifesting a high value man, ladies, is to work on your purpose and to get your money and your bag up. So the thing is, we tell y'all all the time that men don't care how much money you make. And the thing is, men don't care how much money you make when you're not a feminine woman, right? But these days, what I did notice about men is a lot of men do want a successful woman. They want a woman who has her stuff together. The problem is women, when you get your stuff together, you're making 6 or 7 figures, you have this energy that I don't need no man. You can't tell me nothing. Hey, Brittany, love, I haven't seen you in a long time. And you show up in masculine energy, right? And that repels high value men. But if a man is looking for a 50-50 relationship, or a woman that's going to run the tab and pay half the bills, then you're a good fit, right? But then when you get with the 50-50 man, you end up getting into it with him because you don't really have any level of respect for him, and you feel like you don't need him, and he really don't like your masculine energy, but he like the fact you pay half the bill. So y'all just keep getting into it anyway, right? So this is why it's better to not only get your bag up, have your career going, but when it comes to a man, to also invest in feminine energy, right? Which is goddess unleashed. That's what I do. I help you embrace your inner feminine goddess so that you can manifest the life of your dreams. Because for a lot of women, manifesting the life of your dreams is about you becoming a soft, feminine woman. It's a frequency and it's a vibration that attracts and magnetizes everything you want to you from a state of ease. And I know this. If y'all been following me on this blog for a long time, y'all will notice that my posts are not as hardcore as they used to be. Because I've shifted, right? And I don't even make posts like I used to. I used to post like 20 times a day. I don't do that anymore because I don't have to, right? I have learned to make money from a state of ease and flow. And I never expected to be able to do that because I had no problems in the past working hard and doing the work. But when you embody feminine energy, you become money, you become love, you become beauty, you become blessings, you become abundance, right? And so you magnetize things to you and attract what you want a lot faster. That's why this work is so important. And so when it comes to men, ladies, what men find important about a woman is the way you make him feel. Like I tell all of my clients, like, make sure your presence is a present. And that's why it's not about you showing up on a date and what you doing for a man. It's about how you make that man feel. It's about the energy and the vibration that he can feel emanating from you. And when you do the work to embody a feminine woman, you can feel the energy and the covering of a divine masculine man. Like, it feels so warm. It feels safe. It feels like you're alive. Like you just be like, oh my God, like it feels like love. It's so beautiful and it's so pure, but you cannot feel this energy until you've done a certain level of work on your feminine energy. And for me, that energy comes from God. Like, you know, that's why I tell you to embrace the goddess within. Hi, Craig. How are you, love? Let me see what y'all talking about in the comments. Hi, Hashim. Thank you, love. I appreciate you. Hashim says the wrong person makes anyone lose compassion for others. People have to learn not to hold the next person accountable for what the last person did. Then things will make sense for more and more people. That is a really good point, Hashim, because that's the thing. So in society, we always say women carry trauma and women carry baggage. And it's true, right? A lot of women carry the trauma of a past relationship. And I'm going to give you an example of male trauma and female trauma. So female trauma, part of your trauma is at one point you were innocent, you were naive, and you went into a relationship with a man, and the last thing you expected was this man to break your heart or hurt you. He ended up hurting you. You're like, oh my God, how can he hurt me? And you're like, you know what? It's no big deal, right? Because you got confidence. You're like, I just go get me a new man, right? And so you go get another man, and then he hurts you. And you're like, you know what? No big deal. You go get another man, and he hurts you, right? So by the time you get to the third or the fourth man, when a man comes at you wrong, you like, hey, who you think you talking to, right? You come with this energy, and you come with this masculine energy, and that's the trauma, right? Because if you think about the person you were before the trauma, you responded soft, you responded sweet, you stayed in your feelings and your emotions, but you didn't try to like protect yourself with your words. And I know Black women in general, we are really good at protecting ourselves with our words, because that's really how our dating experience made us, because a lot of Black men were not taught how to love and how to treat a woman like a little delicate doll, right? And so you might be a little verbally violent at the mouth, and so you want to stop that and learn how to talk to a man in a way that gets him to do what you want him to do, right? And this is not like playing with him or nothing. It's just about focusing. And when you're in the masculine energy, you're focused on protecting yourself and proving yourself right. You always got to be right, you know what I mean? And it's just backwards. So with men, your trauma and your baggage often comes from, like, let's just say a man is like, you know what, I was doing this for this woman and I was doing that for that woman, and you know what, she didn't appreciate it, so now I'm not doing nothing for women anymore. So what you done is you left your real authentic self, and now you're with your trauma self. You're walking around the world, and let's just say you meet a healed, whole woman, and you're not actually being your authentic self. And so she doesn't like you because you're not being your authentic self, right? And men and women, everybody likes when you are your authentic self. But when you're in trauma, you don't know who you truly are anymore. And that is the problem, when you don't know who you are, right? Oh, man. So this is why feminine energy is important, and it's important for men to hone into their masculine energy. And this is why we tell men to focus on providing, because when a man is focused on providing, he has to develop himself, right? And he has to learn to appreciate and value a woman and value his time. This actually makes him a better man. So anyways, y'all, I was live on Instagram for a minute. I'm not going to talk a lot today because, like I said, I will be on here for 30 days straight. Abigail says, we were married for 11 years with a child, gave up just because I knew he was cheating. He threatened to file a divorce and take custody of my child. My nanny introduced me to a cyber expert who could get into his phone and found 30 things he had deleted and hidden messages. All his social media chats were unveiled to me. This is so helpful. Okay, that was spam. I should have known. That was spam. Hi, Craig. So, yeah, and that's another thing. Speaking of the spam, it's like, a lot of people say you shouldn't spy on a man, but let me tell y'all, these new age men, that's all they do, y'all, is spy on women. They be having listening devices in the house. They be having tracking devices on your car. Like, men be doing a lot of spying, right? But they'll get online or get in your face and tell you, you shouldn't have went through my phone. That means you didn't trust me, and yah. And a lot of women will say you should never go through a man's phone. But what I have learned is the women who never go through the man's phone, those are the women who end up not knowing what type of man they dealing with, because you trust him so much that you don't realize, like, the man been cheating on you forever. He might be leaving you next week for Sally. Him and Sally been cheating, going to lunch and having a great time, and you don't know nothing about it because you fully trust your man. So every once in a while, randomly, it really is good to check your man's phone, like, period. So anyways, y'all, I think I kind of served my purpose on here today. Thank you, Dr. Amy. Yeah, I think I've served my purpose on here. So everybody, I do have a wealth series called Unstoppable Confidence, and it tells you everything you need to know about manifesting your next level of wealth and what's stopping you from getting there. And it's free. You can hit the link. It should be attached to the video. And my website is kissydenise.com, but it should be on the video. And go there, y'all. Sign up. Y'all get so many free tips from me every day. I have a whole motivational email. Plus, you'll get notified of when I'm going live, y'all, because I'm really putting myself out there now, because I've done the healing work to feel whole and to actually embrace my relationship business. I know I run this page and I post a lot of stuff, but a lot of you don't know that I am a transformational relationship coach and manifestation goddess. So I have studied how to transform the human mind. But this blog page that you see me on, this was my first original business on the internet. And so what happened in 2018 is I had a spiritual awakening and I just didn't want to do it anymore. So I got baptized and I pretty much changed my life, and I went to a different page and I was operating on that page. But I came back to this page because I did not want to leave you guys behind. And I know a lot of people on this page only want to hear about gossip, unfortunately. But what I have learned is a lot of my followers did see my transformation, were inspired, and did buy my books and courses and get a transformation too. Like one woman just told me last week that I helped her learn to live a soft life and to soften up, and she manifested a high value man who is so kind to her, loves her, protects and provides for her. After reading my book, You Can't Force a Man to Value You, Becoming a High Value Woman and Attracting Your Dream Man. And notice the title of the book. It's not, I didn't say, hey, here's a book to attract your dream man. I said, becoming a high value woman and attracting your dream man, right? Because you have to become something in order to get. You have to be in order to get. And the beginning of the title, it says you can't force a man to value you, because women like me, the boss chicks, like we really think that we can force a man to value us based upon our accolades and our success. That's laughable now, but for the women who don't know, it's not very laughable. So even then, that book is on my page. It's on Amazon too, but go to kissydenise.com and grab your copy. You can get an autographed copy if you buy it from me. But if you want to read it right away, go to Amazon and they will ship it to you, or you can pull it up digitally. I think it's actually still for free on Kindle. I haven't logged in to fix that yet, but my books are so transformational, y'all. So if y'all on the journey, you really want to unleash your inner goddess, read my books, go to my website, get some of my ebooks. I have a new feminine ebook that's coming out this week to teach you how to be more of a feminine woman and attract a high value man. But the best thing on my website right now, and I'm either going to change the price or take away some of it. It's only like $7 right now. It's called the 5 Sacred Soul Shifts to Manifest Your Dream Life with a High Value Man. This is a really dope course that will give you a shift if you do the work in the course. I would advise every woman on this live to go get that course. So anyways, that's it, y'all. I will see y'all tomorrow. I don't have a time yet. I'm just kind of hopping on, doing this, going with the flow. So love y'all. Bye.